In 2014, a human heart stopped beating. For 20 minutes, it sat completely still. No pulse, no rhythm, no life. And then a team of surgeons put it in a box, and it started beating again, not inside a body, not attached to anything human, just a heart, alone, beating in a machine. The doctors didn't celebrate. They went quiet. Because watching a heartbeat outside a body doesn't feel like science. It feels like something else entirely. Here's something most people don't know. Thousands of people are dying on transplant waiting lists right now. Not because there aren't enough donors, because of a 4-hour window. When a heart is removed, it goes on ice. From that moment, a clock starts. You have 4 hours. After that, the tissue dies. Around 60% of donor hearts are never used, not because they're damaged, because the clock ran out. For 50 years, this was simply accepted. And then one team asked a question everyone else thought was too strange. What if the heart never had to stop? The device they built doesn't look like much, roughly the size of a suitcase. Tubes, monitors, warm oxygenated blood, and a small transparent chamber. They called it the organ care system. The team in Sydney had a simpler name, Heart in a Box. The moment a donor heart is removed, instead of ice, it connects to this machine. Warm blood flows immediately, nutrients, oxygen, and within minutes, sometimes seconds, the heart does the only thing it knows. It starts beating. Not because anyone tells it to, just because the conditions are right, because that's what hearts do. Bob Graham from the Victor Chang Institute described watching it happen. He said you could literally see the heart come back. One moment still, the next moving. A rhythm building from nothing. Completely alone. No brain, no body. Just a heart deciding on its own to keep going. But this machine wasn't just built to preserve healthy hearts. It was built to bring back hearts that had already stopped. In August 2014, Michelle Grabillas was dying of heart failure in Sydney. Without a transplant, she had nothing left. The heart that saved her had been still for 20 minutes. Its donor had died. The heart had stopped completely. Under standard protocol, it would have been discarded. A dead heart is a dead heart. Except the team at St. Vincent's didn't discard it. They placed it in the machine and waited. A flicker first, then a rhythm, then a full steady beat. Surgeon Kumud Dital described it simply. We know the heart can be reanimated, can be restarted. Michelle received that heart. She survived. The first person in history to receive a transplanted heart that had already stopped. Now here's where this gets strange. The heart in a box revealed something medicine had quietly overlooked. The heart is not just a pump. It has its own nervous system. Around 40,000 neurons embedded in the cardiac tissue. Scientists call it the little brain of the heart. It can learn. It can remember. It makes decisions independently. The heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. That heart in the machine, beating alone, without a brain, without a body, was showing us something. It was never just following orders. It was always running itself. Since 2014, hundreds of people have received hearts once classified as unviable. At St. Vincent's alone, transplants increased by 32%. People told there was nothing left went home with hearts declared dead. Teams are now keeping hearts alive outside the body for over 24 hours. Not 4, not 6, 24. None of this was possible in 2013. All of it is happening now. But here's what I keep thinking about. That heart had been declared dead. 20 minutes of stillness. No pulse. No signal. Nothing. And under the right conditions, it came back. Not because it was forced to, because given what it needed, it chose the only thing it has ever known. Keep going. We say someone has heart. We say a person lost heart. We treat these as figures of speech. But those scientists weren't watching a metaphor. They were watching something with its own intelligence, its own rhythm, its own will. Come back from a place everyone agreed had no return. The heart kept going. Not because a machine forced it, because stopping wasn't in its nature. A suitcase-sized machine, a heart still for 20 minutes, and a woman alive today because someone asked what everyone else had stopped asking. What if it doesn't have to end here? The heart knew the answer before the scientists did. It was just waiting for someone to give it the chance to prove it.